Have you ever had that feeling, that knot in your stomach, that tells you fear is the one thing standing between you and the life you really want to live? Yeah, we've all been there. Well, today we're diving into this powerful idea from Jenny Wood's book, Wild Courage, and it's a game changer. It suggests that maybe, just maybe, we don't have to fight our fear. Maybe we can actually learn to walk right alongside it.
So let's just start right there with this big question. What if fear isn't the enemy? I mean, think about it. We spend so much energy trying to crush it, to get rid of it. But what if it's not something to be conquered at all? What if it's actually a partner?
You know, the classic story we're all told is that to be courageous, you have to be fearless, period. But Wild Courage argues that that exact belief is the very thing holding us back. It sets this impossible standard that no one can ever really live up to. And this is where the book introduces something called the Wild Courage mindset. And it really is a total, radical reframe of how we're supposed to look at the whole relationship between fear and bravery. Okay, so check this out. This is the essential shift. The common belief is that courage means fear is gone. Poof, vanished. But Wild Courage teaches us that true courage is taking action despite the fear. It's about feeling it, acknowledging it's there, and moving forward anyway. So, to put it simply, Wild Courage is all about moving forward, even when you're afraid. And look, this isn't about being reckless or careless, not at all. It's about seeing that uncomfortable feeling not as a stop sign, but as fuel. It's the very thing that can power your growth, your freedom, and your ability to bounce back. And I gotta say, I love this quote from the author Jenny Wood. She says, "Courage is wild because it's not neat and tidy. It can feel messy, raw, and deeply uncomfortable." And get this, that feeling isn't a sign that you're doing it wrong. It's actually the sign that you're doing it right. All right, so the idea sounds great, right? But how do you actually do it? How do you put this into practice? Well, that's the best part. The book lays out a super practical 7-step action plan to help turn this whole idea into a reality. So the first 3 steps are really about laying the groundwork. It all starts with that internal shift, truly accepting that fear is part of the package. Then you make it practical with tiny daily actions. And crucially, you embrace vulnerability, realizing that admitting you're scared isn't weakness. It's a profound source of strength and connection. And when we say a daily act of bravery, we're not talking about climbing a mountain here. Seriously, it could be as simple as asking one question in a meeting where you'd normally just stay silent. It's those small wins that build real momentum. Okay, so the next batch of steps, these are all about keeping your courage going for the long haul. This means checking in with yourself to make sure your brave actions actually align with your core values. It means developing a personal toolkit, things like breathing exercises or affirmations to ground you when that fear spikes. And so importantly, it means finding your people, a community that actually celebrates your growth. And the final step is all about self-compassion, being kind to yourself. The goal here isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about celebrating your effort, not just whether you succeeded or failed. And if you stumble, you reframe it. It's not a failure, it's a lesson. That's how you build resilience. So, we've covered the mindset and all 7 steps. But I get it, it can still feel like a lot. But the beauty of this whole approach is that it doesn't demand some giant leap. It all starts with one. Just one. That's it. One decision, one conversation, one small action that pushes you just a little bit beyond what's comfortable. Real transformation doesn't start with 100 steps. It starts with the first one. So I'm going to leave you with this question. As you go about the rest of your day, just think about it. What is the one brave step, no matter how small, that you will take today? Because that one step, that is how you begin to turn fear into your greatest ally.